Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto. It's currently Tuesday the 29th of April and it's 5 minutes past 8 in the morning UK time. And just looking at the price of Bitcoin, I did enter a little long on MEXC. It's a very little long, it's only $118 of margin there. But I entered there, and the reason I did that was because of these green straight lines here. You can see on this indicator called quad rotation stochastic. That's a free indicator that's available on TradingView, and this is on the 5 minute time frame. And what I'd noticed was every time you get these green lines here, when they stop appearing, it's normally when the price starts to go back up. Like, for example, there was a good one here, there was a good one here. It generally seems to be very reliable. This one here, look, and then up it went. So that's looking good. Also, as well, is the EMAs that I like so much. Here, the yellow line is a 21 EMA. The green line is a 55 EMA. If those cross bullish now, so if they cross over in the next few minutes, I think the price should continue to go up a little bit more, just like it did, for example, here. Will we see a rise like that? That is the question. I'm just going to go out for about half an hour, so I might just leave this recording and see what happens. Okay, so I've actually sped this up by 100 times, but you can see what happened is the EMAs crossed over, and then shortly afterwards the price pumped up quite a lot. Now what typically happens once it does this is it pulls back a little bit and then it will go back up again. So it won't go up in a straight line, but you don't need to chase that green candle if you're trying to get into position. Now this is about half an hour on from the last part of the video, and you can see that the price since the start of the video has pumped up kind of about $650, so it's doing pretty good. Now the thing to watch out for now is you're starting to get these red lines up here, so that is the bearish divergence being detected on the 5 minute time frame. So at this point in time I look at a few different things. One thing is I want to see a trend in motion to the upside. That means I want to see these EMAs in this order: red, cyan, yellow, green. That's a 5, 9, 21 and 55 EMA. So when they're in that order, you've got a trend to the upside, and you don't really need to worry until you start to see the red one coming back and touching the cyan like that, and then you might see a bit of a pullback. So for the moment, I'm quite happy in my trade. Now with this particular indicator, the quad rotation stochastic indicator, I do like to look at it on the 12 minute time frame as well, where you can see here we actually went up with some very nice bullish divergence down there, just like we did back here, which is great. And at the moment there's no sign of any bearish divergence like there was just here. Okay, but when I start to see that, I will start to worry a little bit more. But for now it's great, we're actually over 95,000, so I think my trade should be looking okay. Yeah, it's 15% in profit. And this, by the way, is an account that I started off on Sunday, 2 days ago, with 100 USDT that was given to me by MEXC to try the exchange out. And I must admit, so far MEXC seems okay. It seems quite familiar. There's a few things I'd like to see in it though, like I can't see at the moment any sort of trailing stop loss. I don't think there's a possibility to do that. But it has got the things where you can, easily set a stop loss. For example, you just grab that, just move that to where you want it. So I want it in profit. There you go. And, I can relax now and know that if the price does come down there, I won't lose any money and I'll actually earn a little bit. I probably will have this as part of my arsenal because MEXC do tend to have every coin known to man on their exchange. So if a new coin comes out, it will generally be on MEXC first. And I did get a bit of advice from a friend a few weeks ago saying that a really good thing to do with MEXC is if you see a new coin launching on MEXC, get ready to short it. And he's made quite a killing doing that, so I think that might be something I'll look out for myself as well. Now we are getting a little bit of a pullback here, so let's just go back to the chart and see what's going on. Okay, well on the 12 minute that's looking okay. I'm guessing on the 3 minute you're probably seeing, yeah. So on the 3 minute you're starting to see various symbols here. The red arrow pointing down is what's called a super down indicator. That's normally quite a strong down indicator. But the green cross there, that means just hang on a minute because there's still some upside left in it. But when the green crosses stop appearing, that's when you usually see the actual downturn. That said, it's all looking quite strong at the moment. So that's what it's like on the 3 minute. And with the 1 minute, you see the stochastics are back down here again now. So we'll probably start to see the opposite, which will be these red crosses like that, and maybe some bullish divergence again, and then we'll go back up. Because bear in mind, the market always moves in waves. It always has done, it always will. And the idea for me is to try and catch a reasonable bottom like that, get in a comfortable position where you can put a stop loss in profit, and then look for the price doing this kind of thing, and hopefully eventually breaking out to the upside, or if not, it will come down, hit my stop loss, and we just repeat the process. Now on the 5 minute time frame, we are starting to see that red EMA come below the cyan, which is not the best sign, but the yellow is above the green, which is okay. Okay, so the last part of the video was about an hour and a half ago. It's not really done much since then. However, I'm not seeing any bearish divergence up here on the 12 minute. Let's just check on the 3 minute. No, not at all. So I think what I'll do meanwhile, because I'm going to go out, is I'm going to just push this stop loss up a little bit here. Now Mexi does always say this, even when there's a reasonable distance there, but anyway. Okay, so I can go out now and, it might close. If so, I'll just look for another position later on, but it will make some money if it does close. Now, I'm not just trading this on Mexi, I'm also doing stuff on this exchange as well called BitUnix. Now, this is not financial advice, of course, but do take a look at BitUnix because I think it's a really nice exchange, actually. And you don't have to do KYC, so you don't have to prove your identity. You can sign up with just an email and a password. No phone number, no ID, nothing. Now, at the moment, if you use my link, which is savewith.crypto.org/BitUnix, you can get up to a 20% deposit bonus. So if you deposit $2,000, you get $400 for free. Now that offer is on till May the 7th, I think. So do take advantage of that because it's only like another week or so, isn't it? But yeah, I've got a couple of trades here. I've got an EGLD one here, which is painful actually. It's been like this, like -8% for about 4 days now. It's just doing nothing at all. But meanwhile, my Bitcoin one, I managed to get into a long trade at 88,851. And that's really nice. So that's now 169% in profit, with an unrealized profit and loss of $1,455, and I've already taken 290 already. So that's looking great. So it's a really nice exchange. So please do check it out. If you want to find out about various things that I do use and extra money you can get by signing up, if you look at my website, which is savewithcrypto.org, it's .org, not .com. You can see this section here on exchanges, and these are the 4 exchanges I use mostly. ByBit and BitGet, I can get you up to a $30,000 free trading bonus when you sign up, depending on the deposit and your trading volume. So they're really amazing. You can't use them in every country though, which is a slight problem there. Blofin you can use in most countries, but sometimes you need a VPN in certain places like the US. Places like the UK, it's fine. You don't need to use a VPN. You don't need to do any KYC at all, so that's fine. And BitUnix is what I just spoke about, which you can use in any country with no VPN except China, North Korea and Iran. And you get that 20% bonus there. So do check them out, but make sure you do use these links here because that's the only way you get the bonus, okay? So these are all on savewithcrypto.org. Okay, I'm going to go out for a bit now. I'll be on the Stonksy Indicator channel a bit late today. It's going to be more like 2 p.m. UK time. I'm just going to do the last hour with Dave, and I think Justin's over there today as well. So I'll see you over there if you're over there. If you like the sound of everything you've heard so far, please do give the video a big fat like. While you're down there, please do make sure you are subscribed and you've got the notifications set on all. Any questions, leave them in the comments down below. And above all, tell your friends.
Save with Crypto has to be one of the best YouTube channels that the United States has ever seen. Kamala Harris is not a subscriber, but I am. I have notifications set to all as well. I'd strongly suggest you subscribe to Save with Crypto today. Above all, you should tell your friends.
Save with Crypto is not a financial advisor. He just makes ice cream on the internet.
And what is the problem with ice cream?
I have no idea.
It drips.
Okay.
So my idea is what?
To make a drip-proof ice cream.
No. Oh, that's a fucking brilliant idea.
If you cannot find someone to do your own research, you must do it yourself, just like I did not.
Yeah. But that's just a fuckload of practice, I can admit that. So, yeah, I think that using the uptrend thing and looking at your lows and your highs and just being aware that the most average trader will always put their stop loss on the most logical place ever. And you can always say like, oh no, but I'm smarter than that. But then you also need to ask yourself, am I really smarter than that? Because it's really difficult to actually place it in such a way where you do get filled without being part of where everyone is having their stop loss. So yeah, keep it very simple, I guess. Yeah. Can I think of more? No, not really at the moment. I think personally the liquidity is a little bit simple because it's the only thing that moves the market. And liquidity is part of the price. Without, if everyone is buying, yeah, and there's no sell pressure, well, that's not healthy. Then you end up with a meme coin looking chart. And when everyone is selling and no one is buying, that is where you end up in a rug pull. So to have like a healthy looking chart, you always want to have, yeah, like if it is 50-50, you end up like a stable coin. But you do want to have the balance. And as soon as that balance is gone out of the market, you will get a massive pullback, a massive retrace. Well, if we would look and compare a little bit of charts, well, then on Bitcoin, you can see that those retraces can be quite heavy. This one is not even that heavy. If you would look at something that, because of course, like Bitcoin did it recently, so now a lot of people are actually getting back into the price, even higher. If you would look at an example like gold, yeah, this is of course like freaking mental. Imagine the amount of liquidity being stacked up in a chart like this. That would mean that if this thing starts to pull back, it will take a very big retracement because there are only buyers at the moment and no sellers. And at some point, someone will say, I'm going to dump the bag. Well, with the gold industry is of course 20 times bigger than Bitcoin or the entire crypto market, so it will be in a more slower version. So if you, in that case, you can say with Bitcoin, you always have, like with crypto assets, your liquidations always happen quite fast, maybe like a week, maybe 2 weeks. And that's the fun thing with gold. So you can say, for example, with crypto, like, oh yeah, it's such a massive bear market. It was like 3 years of nothing, 4 years of nothing. Well, compare that with gold, and you will see that a bear market on gold, for example, is about 9 to 20 years of a bear market. That is a completely different story because the asset is just way heavier, like 20 times bigger. But that's still, if you look towards how the chart's being set up, it is in need of a pullback. So every time you only can go back higher if you can keep the demand up. And that's sometimes the question that you need to ask yourself with a scenario like Bitcoin. Like I see Mr. Michael Saylor tweeting about it, like, oh, you can now still buy one Bitcoin for less than 0.1 million. And then I think like, you're fucking retarded. Who's going to do that? No retailer is looking at this and goes, yep. But then on the other hand, you have the billionaires that actually do not give absolute flying fuck about it and just press buy whenever. Because like maybe in 20 years it will be up. That's just a completely different game. And that is why price then might start exploding again. So actually a little bit of off topic there. So I think that in form of looking at where your main liquidity areas are, well, they're in the ranges, so between your fair value gaps. So, and why is that? Because a fair value gap gets created by institutional buying, and retail is going, yeah, the price is going up, the price is going up, I'm going to long it. And then often you will see something like, boom, price is going up, and then makes a volume note. That's then where retail goes, like, oh, let's take a long. And then it starts to uptrend. Well, the institution is probably already distributing, so starting their distributing phase at the moment where you think like, oh yeah, it's time for price to go up. One of the more perfect examples of that is now with Ethereum, where it moved a couple $100. So here, this is an institution. This is not retail. And what happened after that? Distribution started direct after the pump. Distribution. So yeah, I think it's an interesting one. But yeah, keep it simple. Yeah, I'm also going to wrap it up, by the way. I think decent session. Not amazing, but at least some wise words. Further, I was thinking, can I say something useful? Yeah, take a look at oil, by the way, if you are a crude trader. Might be interesting. Maybe you'll find something interesting in that chart. No financial advice, of course, but you never know. That was it. I hope you guys make a little bit of money. That would be lovely. Please do not get liquidated. I had one call today where someone got liquidated. Please don't get liquidated. It's just not that nice. And I think that was pretty much it. Oh, if you want to check that, it's coinglass.com. And it's a free site. It shows you all the information. What I really do like about this website is if you go towards, where is it? Not open interest. I believe it's just liquidation. Yes, here it is. I absolutely love this. So if you think like, oh, I'm getting wrecked, you just should look at this. And then you say value, 1 million. And then you're just going to watch who is getting liquidated. So here, bomb, 1.44 million. Fucked. I love it. Here, someone got liquidated for 12 million. He should have used a position size calculator, like a normal person. And that you can see here the information, like in the past 24 hours, like 85,000 traders got liquidated. 144. Like on some of the worst days, you can see like billion, 1.5 billion. Love it. Then you see like, oh, 500,000 traders got liquidated. And let's say there is like the worst day in crypto ever, and you are not liquidated. You can always go to this statistic and then say, I belong still to the top traders in the world because I have proper knowledge about risk management. Yes, we shouldn't be part of this ever. But that's pretty much it. So guys, enjoy your evening. I'm going to make some food, and then it's time to walk the dog. So enjoy your evening, and tomorrow it's time to talk about altcoins, I guess. And if not, then not. We will see. So guys, enjoy your evening, and I will see you all in the Discord. Have a good one. Bye-bye.